When I was like 7 years old, I was driving to get groceries with my mom, and I saw this poster, and it was these picture of these two drag queens, and I was like, Mom, those women look kind of weird. Then she was like, they're drag queens, and I'm like, what does that mean? And she told me it was men who dress up as women. And I said, that's cool, I want to do that. And then a couple years later, she was like, hey, there's this camp, and they do drag. Would you be interested? And I said, sure, and now I'm here.
You're a walking piece of joy.
Yes, you are. You're a walking ray of sunshine.
Wow, I'm gonna blush.
I'm blushing.
It's okay to be dramatic, it's okay to be silly, it's okay to be funny, it's okay to be all these things, you know. I don't have to be, you know, so like, ew, all the time, you know?
We're not just one thing, right?
Yeah.
So when you're doing drag, you can embody lots of different things.
Exactly. I can also I can incorporate my dance, I can incorporate comedy into things when I lip sync. So, and to get to try new things.
I learned that drag is something that's not just like RuPaul's Drag Race and like competitive or just like comedy. There's all kinds of drag.
Right after my parents dropped me off, I looked at the schedule, I was like, hey, they just put me in summer school. This is just summer school. But this camp has taught me more about myself than summer school or any type of school could ever teach me about myself. And I feel like it's an experience that I hope one day everyone can have. The experience to just go to a place with a bunch of people that might be or are kind of like you and just figure out stuff about yourself that you might have never figured out just through your daily life.
Drag is amazing. Drag is great. And also, it's so fun. If you're not having fun, you're not doing drag.
We had the pleasure of being able to work with Miss BenDeLaCreme from RuPaul's Drag Race, and it was a total delight. Let me tell you, she is a doll. She is one of the sweetest people I've ever met. She's an incredible person, an incredible mentor. She's really kind. She helps us all find our characters, help us all find our voice, and really just help us feel more comfortable in this world as queer youth, and really help express ourselves. And having someone who is so successful from that world come to a camp and teach queer youth those things is really inspiring.
Everyone should have their own little BenDeLaCreme in their pocket that they could take out and BenDeLa, I'm feeling bad, what should I do? Feel better about yourself. Okay, thank you.
I look in the mirror in my dressing room and I look into my own eyes and I recognize that those eyes are the same eyes as the kid who grew into me. And that this is happening, and we already did it, right? If you're there in front of the audience, you've already done it, right? So you can know that you have already accomplished what you set out to do, and now you're just gonna do it. It's the success is not in the next moment. You've experienced the success.
To give you guys a little bit of a backstory is that I've been going to sleepaway camp for many years, but this is my first time at YATC, but it just feels like such a safe space here, and I've never had the experience of sleepaway camp being such a safe space, and just it feels so welcoming and kind here, and I love it.
I have always felt like there are parts about me that, this sounds cliche, but different. And I kind of just wanted to turn all of my insecurities and all of my strengths into art. I just really like spreading love and joy, and I feel like drag and being authentically myself, to a higher extent, to a large degree, can really help spread joy, and maybe the little Benjis out there can be like, it gets better, this is what you can turn into.
When I see you do your drag, it makes me kind of feel like I can do that. I can do whatever I want. I can be who I want. So I think what you're doing is important, and what you're doing is helping. And I think it's really good that you are doing that, because, well, someone has to. And why not you? Because you're really cool.
Thank you, Mos.